I always enjoy syncretism. I live for it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So, to be continued.
Yes, for sure.
Oh yeah, more to come yet.
Oh yeah, more to come yet. Oh yeah, a lot more. We've only just started.
So what do you kind of make of PB's work then with angels, halos are actually different?
Yeah, it's spot on. Yeah, it's all angelic. It's all angels. It's all atoms. It's all natures, as the Egyptians said. Nature. This is nature. This is how our cosmos is naturally. We are exposing this. We are revealing this. It's a no-brainer. The sacred geometric forms are all throughout this creation. It's a Merkaba. I call it a tom-tom. A Taurus Merkaba. Taurus Merkaba Tesseract mandala for now, just to be cheeky, a tom-tom. And those are the 4 shapes I see. Once I expand more and grow more with all of us, I'll start to see more. There's more forms, more angels to discover.
Oh yeah. That's what I said about if you see these halos. These halos, record them, and let me know how many nodes are on the halo location on the map, because there is a lot to locate still. You know, the angelic language, it lists 92 minimum angels. You know, I've got 80 on that grid, 48 on the external, and 32 on the internal. It's 12 still to find minimum. It didn't list the names of the lesser known ones. So what I'll try and do is the halos with the tropics. And when I have the modern equivalents like CERN and the ones in New York and Texas, I'll put them ones on in red too, so we can see what relation these new ones have got to the old ones. You know, they might be upgrading old technology, or they might be trying to these modern equivalents. I'm not sure what they're doing with them yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah, wunderbar. It's wonderful. You're leading there, brother, in this, in showing the real, true, natural, transcendental form of the universe. It's coming together for sure here. Yeah, and I'm glad you are including the angels, you know, and the archangels, the Sephirim, the cherubim. They're all there. There's 22 levels. That's the 22 system of Kabbalah. At the top is mens, the mind, and then seraphim, then cherubim, then dominions, thrones, principalities, the firmament, then Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, terra firma. And that's from mens to terra firma are 22 levels. And in there are all the dominions, principalities that all the Neoplatonists spoke about. All the Eastern philosophers have always spoken about them. And so we see this. This is syncretism, the Priscotologia. It was perfect and intact once, and we understood it. It was our language. Now we have other languages that are imitators, but they are leading us to the true language. English is leading us to the true language. It's Anglish. It's marvelous. It's the language of angels. I always get people say, "Oh no, English is the worst language," and I say, "You're talking about legalese." In the media, in the courts, legalese is spoken. It's a register of English. It's not English. It uses English. It piggybacks on English, and it makes English look stupid because it's such a glorious language. You can do so much with it. You can make it the devil's language if you want, but it's not. It's angelish. And Linda Goodman, William Lyons, who wrote the Crystal Language book, they all agree it's linguish. It's linguish. Good sleep. It's English.
Santos, there's been a question that someone sort of asked me earlier on. His name is Christ Rules Creation. Chat room. He wanted to know what your perception on Revelation 22:18 to 19 was? Which version?
Revelation 22 has how many? It's funny how Revelation has 22 chapters. But what was he saying about the 22nd chapter, the last chapter of the Bible?
I just know what he just said. He'd like to ask your perception on 22, 18, 19, and which version.
I say it again. That was all messed up.
He wanted to know what your perceptions were on Revelation 22, 18 to 19, and which version, because there's obviously more than one.
I would take any version because I read all the Bibles. I understand them all. So, and when they use words that aren't so correct, they still reveal gems. So let's have a look in here. I'll just pull it up, and I'll finish with this. Revelation 22, 18. Let's have a look what he's talking about. It's the very last two scriptures of the Bible. No doubt I can remember that for sure. Now, let's have a look. We've got 4. I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And the last verse, the 19th, says, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. Well, any version says the same thing, and it's basically concluding the apocalypse, which is the unveiling, in 22 chapters, and 29 times it mentions the Lamb of God. Yeah, and in chapter 21 it says, and the Lamb shall be its lamp, because the universe will have no sun, for they shall not need the sun in paradise, because the Lamb shall be its lamp. The Lamb is the ram, the pyramid, and that's the forms that we've just seen. So to take away from the book of Revelation and to add to it and distort it is pure evil. And that's why Bro Sanchez is angry, as I used to be a lot, about religion and its part in degrading the scriptures and desecrating them through literalisms. But you don't have to be, because you do need to be upset about the literalisms and how they take these to the extreme. For instance, he mentioned that they actually do literally kill lambs at Easter, and many lambs are murdered because they take it literally. The sun is killing the lamb in Aries. So between the 21st of March and the 21st of April, the sun is slaying the lamb. You see, so you have to go back to the original syncretic religion, astrology, astrologos, the word of God. That's the true logos. Okay, all the others are deceivers. And in fact, astronomy and astrology are interchangeable. Okay, you hear these people, trying to separate them. When the ancient astrologers spoke about astrology, they called it astronomy. Okay, and the astrologers were the ones who were the literalists, who were just using the stars for reference points and not seeing the astrology, the science behind it. You see, so please be aware of that. And the fact is, when you research thoroughly, you understand all these things. There is deception, but deception is half of the story. Okay, every word has an opposite meaning and gender in it. And I've verified that in all my presentations, personally and publicly, and that's how it is. It's the language of Atum, it's etymology. It is making the tom-tom torus fields of creation, and they are all ordered and organized by the angels who hold back the four winds of destruction and keep everything in place. They keep the sonoluminescent cosmos going, and we can rejoice in that. And so I'll leave it with that, and I want to thank you, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next one. Just let me know when, Karen, and I'll make myself available. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you for all the time. Oh, thank you for all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Namaste.
thank you, Santos.
Yeah.
Thank you, Santos.
Take care.
Big hug, Santos.
He does the same thing. Just
Yeah,
drops
he's
out.
gone quick. That was quite a good hangout. I mean, Bro was still there for like 6.5 hours, well, nearly, and so was Santos. So amazing. It's 6:30 in the morning here, isn't it, FBV?
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Karen. You guys must be so
Another
Oh,
one,
tired.
that's all right. It's amazing to have
Now
that
it's my
hangout.
turn to present. No, just kidding.
Look,
Shut
you
you
just
right up. You're like,
you just liked FPV's work, and Santos understands it all, and Bro liked it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's getting the chance to get on and discuss it correctly, and you know I've probably rushed it a little bit there, and this I know this loads out, but you get the general idea of what's going on, you know. Driven, I can't see another way it would work.
You're really easy to understand though. When you would just,
I did say FPV. You're gonna have to play it a few times. You know,
watch it and absorb it,
Matt's work, like series' work, like Chris Monk's work. Everybody needs to keep sort of seeing it over and over because it's completely different than you've been told before.
It's quite interesting.
The world you didn't know existed. Now you can, you know, my researcher went out to answer the questions. And how does it work? I think answered both them questions and a lot more. You know, although it can give you answers, it's going to bring some new questions, doesn't it? You can't get away from the questions. But yeah, you know, some extra answers there. You can't debunk this because them halos exist. We're seeing them because there's barium. They're CERN units. They spray barium to try and locate their halo. So you know, they've got to calibrate these, remember. And it's blown around our atmosphere and it starts to light all the other ones up. You know, it's still blown around the atmosphere, barium. So yeah, record them if you see, especially with the nodal points. I want to know the location of them, how many nodal points you can see on it, where the center of it is, if you can tell where the center would be. I would expect it to be, you know, like a volcano or a mound in the ground. I mean, I've seen areas where they are and it's flat. It maybe depends on what's down below ground. It's working.
Do you know what it sort of means, though, FPV, as well, is that when you look at it like that, with your picture like that, circle map, can't you? So it's right and it's wrong.
Well, you can see where they're getting the circle from. It's the projected circles that they're confusing with reality, I think.
Yeah.
I can see where the good people are going to go wrong if they don't consider technology, because how are they going to explain what's holding the sun and moon up, and not only that, what's moving them around? Debunked zero gravity, so they should now be falling out the sky, and they're not. Tell me what you think's holding them up and moving them around. I know what it is. It's electromagnetics.
Well, okay. The way that we're told is those other suns on those other plane, part of our plane, those other continents, right, that are beyond the what we call the quote unquote ice wall. There's the other ones, the 26 other ones, right? And each one of them have a sun, which would be the planet. People say here they're called the planets, like Saturn, da da da. Well, anyways, those ones are negative to, like, say, ours, and they push away from each other. So when they do that, it's like a bunch of cogs on a big, giant plane that are just pushing each other constantly. And it matches up. That's why I said earlier with your, when you were showing the sunrise and the moon and stuff over there, it totally looks like it. Exactly what I've been taught. You know, that looked like another one pushing the other one away. So it does, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm not saying there isn't two suns even. You know, there could be two suns at play here. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, but they don't go around us. That one goes around where that plane, part of the plane is, and those continents. You'll see it better when I show you the map of the map we made here.
Oh, yeah, I want to see your map, definitely. I haven't seen, I mean, I'll still need to see a full year's worth of magnetic data to see what's really going on.
Yeah, that's interesting, for sure. I like it.
You know, they're just snapshots in time. So, you know, it's like a snapshot, say, on Monday morning. So you've got a Monday morning photo there of what's going on at that point in time. But yeah, like a year's worth of data, and if you could animate it and show it, you know, That's a lot of work as well. A lot of animations to do there, and I haven't got all the data.
Right.
Lots of work to do yet. But the good thing with this research, I think it's going to open up new avenues for people to research. There's plenty of things you can be looking at with what I'm showing here.
You did such a good job. And it's so pretty. It's easy on the eyes, so it's like it's not a bunch of like, some people will do a graphic and it's so hard to comprehend, but yours isn't hard. It's not hard at all.
Yeah, I did it that way. I put a bit of effort into that because I thought if I'm going to make blueprints, they're going to have to be holographic blueprints for a modern age. I'm bringing imagery to life as holographic blueprints. Just for this modern age. And researching this, you start realizing you have now become what people in the past were. They were telling the story. I look at the Book of Enoch, the Bible. They're all warning future generations of lies to come, and I think they were trying to hide the flat Earth and all the politics that goes with it. I think it's gone on for a long time. You start thinking, well, I'm some kind of a messenger, so I'm going to do a good job of it, or try and do the best job I can with my skills.
Yes.
Something nice for people to watch.
FPV, you wanted to come in the after hangout. Aren't you pleased you came in the main one?
I'll show this. I'll show this anyway. I just didn't want to interrupt you guys because I could see. I was looking in. I could see the debate. Well, not debate, but on and details. Not. I just didn't want to disturb you, but yeah, I don't mind doing it live or.
I'm glad you did.
But yeah, there's a couple of videos of this out now. There's one on Karen's yesterday, and we done one on Cat's Eyes last week. Because it goes more into detail and discussion than what I've shown tonight, or even last night. Last night's rushed, but it's more of an introduction into what we're doing. You can discuss a lot of this and go into detail about many parts of it. I just didn't have the time tonight, or any other night. I've managed to show it 3 times, and it's never been in the correct order. I've done it on Karen's.
Well, when you come on my stream, you have it in the correct order, okay?
Oh, it is now. Yeah, it is now. When I made it, I couldn't. I couldn't put words to it. I couldn't make a script for it. I just made the video, no sound, and I played it and talked through it on Karen's stream last night. So, and what I do then is I'll copy the audio from the stream, a clip that's in 1080. So when I upload it to my channel, you get nice high quality video and the sound from the stream.
Yeah, it was a good hangout, wasn't it?
I don't know, I missed half of it. I was in another hangout, but I just didn't want to miss Santos and brought, to get these updates out, let them check it out.
I keep making you pop on, don't I? Like now I was going, now!
Yeah, it's
anyway, it can be a bit of a shock to some when they haven't seen it before, though, FPV.
It's going to be, yeah. It's going to upset a lot of people, I know it is. I'll be the most hated man in the world. But I don't care, I'm all about the truth. If this is what I'm finding, then this is what I'm going to show.
You actually found it a bit of a burden as well, didn't you? Until you maybe came out with it, sort of like holding on to this information.
Well, yeah, you realise it is sensitive information. What you're talking about, it's a political map that you're discussing. When it is operating, what's really going on in the background, what's down below. Yeah, it's not only that. You've got to watch who you. When I first started researching it, going over their heads and they weren't understanding it. So you've got to find the right people you can discuss it with. I eventually made my own research team. So I do my own thing in the background. And that, this is what I've been doing for the last few months. So it's being kept quiet, when before it came out, there was only about 15 people knew about it. It was all new and shiny for everyone.
Well, you've helped our group rather a lot, haven't you, FPV? And so maybe the timing was right for you now.
Yeah, well, you know yourself. We rushed it out a little bit because in the community, there's a lot of arguing and name calling and childish stuff going on. And I thought, if I release this now, people back on track to doing what they're supposed to be doing, flat earth research, things to look at, new things. There's a lot of new things here to look at. You don't have to believe if you don't want to. I'm not saying believe this and it's the gospel, but I can't see another way how it would work without using technology. And like I say, try and debunk these halos and things that are showing up. You're not going to. It's definitely technologically driven.
And it's quite a lot of hours of research on this, isn't it? I mean, we see the finished bit, but this took months to do.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of animations. The amount of videos I haven't used is unbelievable. I've got hundreds of gigabytes of video on my drive that I'll probably never use.
Can I ask you something then?
It changed
Can
over
you go
time.
back? FPV, can you just go back? I'm going to present you to where that sun is coming up, that big one, because it kind of looks like it touches, almost is touching the ground. It's something's happening on the ground. Hang on.
Yeah, it's the moon.
Yeah. No. You've got one with the sun coming across. It's not that one.
Right.
Oh, it might be that one.
That one.
Almost. It was one like that. You could almost see it interacting with the ground.
Yeah, it's very close. Whatever it is, it's around looking at the altitude of it.
It's after this bit. Wait, we'll just let it play. No wonder they moved that thing then. They have
That's
to,
fake,
don't they?
That building's fake. It's an overlay. It's a CGI overlay. It doesn't exist. They
Really?
might have one. Yeah, because I've noticed sometimes, the camera building moves. How the hell can a building move if the camera isn't? You actually see it jump sometimes. Wrong place. It's an overlay to hide what's going on behind it. CGI building, CGI smoke, and you get CGI blizzards now as well. I'll give you the link to they've actually put a building in front of this camera now, so it's obscuring the background even more.
It might be this one. Yeah, look at it interacting with the ground.
Yeah, it does. But it could also be a sun that's on the other side that's pushing away from that sun. Did you see the ripple? I seen a ripple. What's that right there? Is that the moon? Is that supposed to be the moon? Is that our moon or their moon?
That was our moon, and that little thing you see following it was its reflection of the. Remember this camera's inside a window, so it's catching the reflection.
The moon.
Right.
There, you can see it there.
Yeah, right here, right there.
That's a reflection of the moon that went past. That's probably on the glass.
Isn't that weird? The other one looks a bit like the sun, and the reflection looks like the moon.
Yeah.
So there's real halos there. So see them, record them for me. I need to know where they are.
I have them all the time. I had one the other day, and it was right in front of my house. So it would have been, like southeast. I even took a picture, but I didn't take a video. But I will every time for you.
Excellent. There's halos there. Look, that's the external of the 8x8 grid and 32 on the internal. But there is would be if they were all switched on at the same time.
You're gonna love when you see my map, because all those little circles will coincide with all those other pieces of land that's on our map.
Good. I'll put your map into one of these programs if it's a nice map. Yeah, but we know, like I'm trying to say, the smaller ones than these. Look at them. I can't tell how large these are, but the ones that are showing on those videos, they're not any of these ones. There's somewhere else, like in the States, somewhere over here, say.
The perfect dream catcher.
I know there's more on the land.
You see how you have all your circles like that in your angel corners? You know, when we do a perfect dream catcher, they look exactly like that on the inside.
Yeah, good. Correlation everywhere, isn't there? Yeah, when you look at mandalas, it doesn't matter which nations or civilizations or whatever's mandala you look at, they all tell the same story. You know, go look at the Inca one. There's things in the corners, there's something in the center. They're all depicting the same thing over and over. These civilizations all knew exactly how everything worked. And slowly but surely over time, it's been dumbed from society, basically, into a globe. They turned everything into a globe, but you know, it's not a globe. So many people. And we know now, you know why they hide it. Because remember, they've been reverse engineered and everything they find there. Surprise you to if I said to you, you know those harp antennas into rock at Nazca, Peru. I've seen them. The harp antenna array is already carved into rock at Nazca, Peru. Nazca, Peru's blueprints for how our world works. And whatever you want to call them, you know, they've been plundering and reverse engineering what they found there. And that's why the Antarctic Treaty exists. Because you will see how the world really works. You'll see the sun and moon doing things they shouldn't be doing. And across technology. So that's why the Antarctic Treaty really exists. And do you think the people of those 47, 48 nations would to sign it knowing what you know now? I want the tour. I want to go there. I want to see all this. Don't you? I'd like to go and get the tour Enoch got. Okay, go to the underworld. Let's see how it really works. You've got a network of tunnels down there, you know. Right at the heart of it, guess, like I was saying earlier, you know, is power and all this. I think you know. Built in the States in 1948. There's a clue for you.
Where is this one? Right there, that one. Where is that?
Ayers Rock in Australia.
Oh.
You know, a lump of rock raised out of the ground. Well, yeah, it looks like it's been ground basically. And I put that down to. I said the grid it goes right over the top of that, on that area. That's probably what's raised that piece of rock up. You know, it creates land mass. It's got that pull factor on the iron ore in land. Creates your mountains and your volcanoes and such.
Right. And it really makes sense, right? Oh, you said it. Like a magnet's pulling up all that, all the metals.
Yeah, I know. You know, like I said, take a look at Devil's Rock, and then now apply that rotating toroidal effect, and the what looks like growth in the rock. It looks like it's actually grown, doesn't it? It's been stretched upwards. You'll find lots of rock formations like that. They're actually growing when you think about it. Well, it's been pushed upwards.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's easy on the eyes, that's for sure.
But any questions, just ask away. You know, I know I haven't had much time to explain it all and kind of rushed it a bit, but.
Well, I'm sure you'll be back to explain it again.
Be done. Oh yeah.
I'm sure I'm coming back to explain it again. Could I just say that we've been going now for nearly 7 hours? Do you think it's about right that we sort of finish now?
Anytime you like, Cameron.
Not being horrible to you, FPV, because I'm sure you'd like to play this 24/7. But I mean,
I'm sure a lot of people are probably sick of seeing it by now.
it is quite an awesome thing if people have seen this for the first time, and those hopefully who've seen it again will start to just understand it better. FPV, thank you so much. Marlena, thank you so much, my darling. Judith, I think she's probably gone to sleep. Thank you, Judith. Well, she's probably up again to go down to the beach to take pictures of sunrises. It was a great evening with Bro Sanchez and Santos Bonacci. A great morning, afternoon, evening. Yeah, we're back Sunday night with Artist and Angel. And big flat earth hugs to everybody. And yeah, see you later. And what a brilliant hangout. I think we covered quite a lot of topic there, didn't we? Quite a lot of different areas of the same thing and different.
Thank you, Karen.
No, thank you. Thank you, Marlena, FPV, and everybody. Anyway, thanks very much. Everybody say goodbye who's there. Bye. See you later on.
See everyone. Thanks for watching.
I'm waving. I'm waving. You can't see me. Bye.
Up to